Mark, thank you. Iraqi and Syrian armed forces are reportedly preparing to launch counterattacks against ISIS militants after losing 2 key cities to the terrorist group. But some U.S. Defense Department officials say the Iraqis are not ready and lack the will to fight.
Joining us this morning, Congressman Adam Schiff, representing Burbank, Glendale, and La Cañada. He's the ranking Democrat on the U.S. Intelligence Committee. Welcome back, sir. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
So, as you know, Congress debating the role of U.S. ground troops, and should there be another surge into Iraq? What's your take on that?
I don't think that's the answer, and some are advocating something like that. The problem is that Sunnis need to be brought into the Iraqi government. They need to be more integrated into the military. Sunnis need to be made to feel that they have an alternative to ISIS, that they're not going to be threatened by Shia militias either. And this is why we could go in there again and we could win the battles, but they won't stay won unless these Sunnis fight for themselves and believe that they have something to fight for, and that's not something we can give them.
You're hearing officials in this country and others say, you know, other countries in the Middle East are more maybe directly affected by ISIS. They need to get involved, but without the U.S. leading the fight, ISIS can't be taken down without that. What do you think when it comes to that?
We do have an important leadership role, and I think that role is really forcing the Iraqis to grapple with the sectarian problems that they have. Getting the Iraqi government to really incorporate the Sunnis into governance, into security. It's not, I think, substituting American boots on the ground for the work that the Iraqis and the Syrians have to do. So I don't want to see us get embroiled in another occupation of either one of these countries. It's true the countries in the region are going to have to basically take on the brunt of this conflict because they're the ones who live there. They're live either together or continue fighting each other.
Let's switch gears to the NSA. You're one of the lead sponsors of the USA Freedom Act. The NSA bulk surveillance programs are about to go away. Some people have said those have been crucial things toward at least helping us to make the connections between terrorists and folks who might do harm to the homeland. Should there be something that replaces what we've had so far?
There should be something to replace it. I don't think we ought to be in the business of gathering bulk data anymore, and I think that's a widely held view. There are some in the Senate leadership right now trying to extend the program unchanged, but they're very much in the minority. There's a very, I think, important reform bill called USA Freedom that would do away with bulk collection. We'd go to a system where when we needed to know if a number was connected to a plot or other numbers, we would then go to the telephone companies with that number after getting permission from a court. In much the way we do in law enforcement cases, it still maintains the capabilities that we need, but it gets the government out of the business of gathering millions and millions of call records from ordinary Americans.
But if I can follow up, how is that possible? How can you possibly make those connections if you don't have the initial lead, if you will? I mean, that works if you're in the midst of an investigation, but if you don't have that initial connection, how can you possibly know what to seek from the phone company?
You're going to always need that initial connection. So it may be that you get a phone number from a cell phone that you get from an al-Qaeda suspect, or it may be an intercept where you get a particular phone and you want to find out, are there people in the United States connected with that number? So it always starts with a lead. The question is, do we need to hold the data ourselves, or we can take that number and go to the companies which have to hold on to their own data and get it that way? And I think the latter is a much better model. It gets us the security information we need, but it's more protective of people's privacy.
Congressman Adam Schiff, we always appreciate it when you're here. Thanks so much.
Thanks.